TPU 3D prints are almost indestructible. To all intents and purposes, they're unbreakable and impervious to chemicals and solvents. And this is why we use TPU for so many 3D print projects. Being flexible and unbreakable make it perfect for so many things. But what if you want to 3D print complex shapes using TPU? You can use supports in your print, but this is where being unbreakable is a total pain. Unlike something like PLA, it's difficult to break the supports away, and when you do, it leaves a really horrible, messy surface that's really difficult to clean up. But there is a solution to all this, and it's in this bottle. Hello and welcome to the Whirly Bloke channel. This is YouTube. You know what to do. Subscribe and hit the bell for more videos like this. In the bad old days, when everyone was 3D printing using ABS filament, it was dead easy to stick 3D prints together to make complex shapes by solvent welding using some acetone. You just wipe the surfaces with a smear of acetone, hold them together for a few minutes, and hey presto, they'll be stuck together. And because the acetone melts the ABS, they're effectively welded together and as strong as if the whole thing was printed as one. And even strong Mr. Strong will break the print before the solvent weld breaks. And you can also use acetone to create a smooth finish on your ABS prints by using an acetone vapor bath. After a few hours, you get a super smooth surface finish with no visible layer lines. Or if you forget to take it out of the container, you get an abstract sculpture. Yes, it's happened to me. Now, there's loads of videos on YouTube showing you how to do this ever since 3D printing became a thing. And to a lesser extent, you can do the same thing with PLA, but it is nowhere near as effective. So, how can you solvent weld untouchable TPU? Well, there is a way using this. This is Tetrahydrofuran or THF, which you can get from most chemical suppliers. You're not going to find this on Amazon or eBay, so you'll have to find a local or online specialist supplier. And you can use this in exactly the same way as you use acetone on ABS, but it's slower acting. And if you thought acetone was noxious, this is much worse. So here's the Whirly Bloke health warning. When you're using THF, make sure the area is really well ventilated and wear a good mask and use safety glasses. I'll read you what it says on the data sheet. It's quite interesting. It says, breathing tetrahydrofuran can irritate the nose, throat and lungs, causing coughing, wheezing and or shortness of breath. Tetrahydrofuran can cause headache, nausea and dizziness. So you've been warned. So I printed these TPU test squares. These are printed at 100% infill. And these are incredibly strong. And just to demonstrate how you can stick these together, it's not really a good case, but it just demonstrates the principle. So if you're wanting to print something like that vertically, you'd have to have a whole load of supports under here. And if you try to clean it up, you're going to get a horrible finish on there and there. I don't care what you do, whether you cut it with a scalpel or clippers, it's going to look horrid. You could use a hot air gun, it still looks pretty bad. So let's just say, for sake of argument, we want to stick these two together. Right, first thing to do is THF will completely destroy any of the printing that's on here. So I'm using a neoprene pad. So get my safety glasses and goggles on. Give me a second. A bit fiddly to get on these. There we go. Hope you can still hear me. Okay, so I've got a small pot of THF here and I'm just using cotton buds. Now the easiest way to do this is just smear this over here. You could use a small paintbrush if you want to. And this is exactly the same technique that you can use for finishing. And you can put a lot on, doesn't really matter. Oh, it smells horrible. And do the same here. You can see it's already picking up on the end there. You can see it's got the orange colour. So it is actually melting it, which is really unusual. You find, TPU doesn't melt when you put anything on it. Let's get that out of the way. And then you simply push those together. Now you could tape these. It's not going to stick straight away. I find the easiest way to do this sort of thing is just to clamp them together. And you can leave that, and probably after about half an hour it will be fairly well welded. Does that make sense? Anyway, like all good DIY craft programs, here's what I did earlier. I did this last night, and you can see it's completely and utterly fixed. I mean, there is no way that is there is no way. I can't. I just can't. It's just like it's printed in one piece. And you can imagine if you were trying to print something with big overhangs, this is perfect. And for finishing, you can do the same thing. Let me get my pot back over here. So these are some ducts that are printed in TPU. These take about 8 hours to print. And when I first started printing these, what would happen is the filament would sort of dry out at the end. I was getting some really strange behaviour. And it's because the filament on the back of the printer was just absorbing water. So you could print them all again and, waste your time, or you can just get some of this. And it's quite difficult to see, but you can see I've already done this. You just smear this on, and it's like a magic varnish. And if you smooth it for long enough, you will get rid of all the layer lines, but it can look a bit weird. But just to smooth out any prints that have sort of like got that dry, rough look on, THF is perfect. Get that out of the way. Just take these off. Right. So we go back to this. You can see it really is. It's unbelievably stiff, hard. I think if you pulled it really hard, you might get it apart. But for all practical purposes, for things that you're making out of TPU, like camera mounts or flexible bushings, whatever it is, if you want to make a complex shape, this will hold together really well. If you've got your 3D printer dialed in for TPU, you could get a really nice finish on this. And I tend to prefer these solid colours over the popular metallic SainSmart filament. I think the finish is just much nicer. But because TPU is hygroscopic, if I could say it, hygroscopic, it basically means it absorbs water. You can easily end up with a dry surface finish that looks, well, just a bit off. And this happens when the moisture that's been absorbed into the filament rapidly boils in the hot end, and you get small bubbles that leave a rough finish on the print. And you can hear it popping and fizzing as it prints. It's quite a distinctive sound. Now, if you keep your TPU in a sealed container, something like this with some silica gel sachets, you'll be fine. But if you're doing a print that takes, say, 8 hours and it's humid, you may find that the last part of your print ends up with a rough finish because the filament reel is exposed to the air on the back or the side of your printer, and it's been absorbing water during that long print. I had exactly this problem when I started printing these TPU ducts for a Chandrone squirt. These took all day to print. Rather than do the whole thing again, you can just use THF to smooth out the rough parts and you end up with a perfect print. Or just make yourself a heated dry box to hold the TPU reel and you'll never get the problem again. And remember, if you're using THF, stay well ventilated, use a mask, safety glasses. I tend to use it outside on the garden table just to be on the safe side. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, why not subscribe or maybe buy me a coffee to support the channel, and there's all the usual social media links in the description. I'll see you next time.